Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. If it's aggressive growth stocks you're into, then you've come to the right place, because we're going to talk about a couple of them right here with Bill Wilton, our aggressive growth stock strategist at Zacks.com. Here's one that I know I've heard about before. I don't know if you and I talked about it, but NVIDIA Corporation, NVDA, is the ticker. They're a visual computing technology company. What does that mean?
Well, essentially, they make the chips and other technology that you need in PCs, mobile devices, things like that to render all these lifelike images that we're seeing. So they're used in those types of products that I just mentioned. Companies like Acer, Dell, Motorola, LG, all these major electronic producers use these types of technologies in those products. So they're kind of behind the scenes when we talk about this whole smartphone revolution. But they recently reported on February 16th. They saw net incomes double sequentially. These are still down a little bit year over year. But like I said, a lot of those companies that I listed off there, they've been making announcements about using this type of technology more and more in the future. So we're still seeing estimates push higher. Analysts are really bullish on the stock right now. Valuations aren't the strongest right here, but with a PEG of 1.2, it's not quite overvalued. It's right in that general fairly priced area, if you want to call it. But the one thing I really like about this stock right now is that we're getting a flurry of upward estimate revisions, and that's usually what's going to go ahead and trump those valuations. Right now, they're expecting a 57% growth rate this year, another 22% next year. Here you can see that they've had a bit of trouble recently, but kind of who hasn't? The market's been selling off. But that is bringing those valuations into a pretty good spot right here. I think once we get a little bit of help from the market, they should have no trouble setting a new high moving forward.
So what you're saying is it's not even abnormal for aggressive growth stocks to correct a little bit.
Absolutely. And you can see that shares have gone up pretty drastically over the last few months. And when we do see a slight market pullback, those are the stocks that end up getting hit the hardest. So I'm not surprised here at all.
Ion Geophysical, another one you've written about recently. IO, the ticker. Geophysical technology services company. What is that? You've brought all these esoteric words into this piece here today.
Well, what they do is it's seismic imaging. So they help oil explorers and producers find the difficult to find oil deposits in all types of settings, land, marine areas, Arctic settings. So, now that we're seeing oil surging, they're going to be a lot more willing to spend, the cash to try to get to these hard to reach deposits. So that should bode well for a company like this. Their most recent report was also on February 16th. They saw their revenue swell about 31% during that period. Net income is back into the black. They reported a loss a year ago, so things are really turning around for them right now.
So they make seismograph technology, basically.
Yeah, and it allows them to pretty much get a picture of what's under the earth at any given point, so they can find the energy sources down there.
Right.
But one of the most bullish things that the CEO could say is he felt like they've got the wind at their backs, which is just what you want to hear when you're looking for, a really growing, resurging company. So it's a good turnaround story. They still have that Zacks #1 rank. Thanks to that earnings announcement that they made, they actually doubled expectations, came in at 14 cents a share versus 7 cents a share. So that was a nice surprise by them. And you could see that shares went ahead and jumped on that news. But I still think that this is a good play here. The valuations aren't too far off, and they've got a lot of good things moving forward.
Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
Check out other Zacks Rank Buy stock pick ideas on our homepage, Zacks.com, where we put 4 new stock picks up there for you daily, one in each of the investing categories that we write about. With Bill Wilton, I'm Terry Ruffalo.